relay our information.
Yeah.
All right, so a little bit about ourselves. I am Jennifer Polk. This is my 8th year of teaching, my 4th year here at Shelton. I am married. My husband and I have been married for 22 years. We have 2 teenagers in high school. I have a 17-year-old junior and a 14-year-old freshman. Hair's getting grayer by the minute. I love to snowboard with my family, and I'm also a professional cake decorator. I used to have a website, don't anymore. And I have a master's degree in gifted and talented education.
And I am Georgia Wallace. Here are a few of my favorite things up on the board.
I want to sing every time. Here are a few of my favorite things.
Yeah, sorry. We should have really gone above and beyond with something like that. Yeah, so family, teaching, art. I love science and STEM. I was a 4th and 5th grade STEM teacher here last year, so that was a lot of fun. I'm originally from California. I just moved out to Colorado last year. I can't believe it's been a year already. That's so crazy. Still getting used to the weather out here. Nothing like California. But yeah, my husband goes to School of Mines. He's a grad student, so that's kind of what brought us out here. And this is my 2nd year here at Shelton.
And I'm Kimberly Sandberg, also my 2nd year here at Shelton, 6th year of teaching. I was in DevCo the last 4 years, or the previous 4 years. I have a 2-year-old daughter, and my husband and I are pretty big skiers, so we're making the decision if we should put her on skis this spring or wait till next year. So that's kind of our big debate in the house right now. I was raised in Jeffco. I'm an Arvada West graduate. Went to CU Boulder, so haven't gone anywhere. Still here.
So I just really like it here.
I just really like it. It's home. Yeah, I have a Master of Education in Culturally Diverse Linguistics.
All right, so Shelton's mission and vision. You can Karen sing. She read it to you. I'm not going to read it to you again. That's fair.
So this is pretty much on all the communication that you see from the school.
It's on the library wall.
Yep.
And today, actually, Thursday, you guys should have gotten the student family handbook sent home to you in the Friday folders. So just take a quick look at those, discuss the rules and things like that with your student, your child, and acknowledge that you've seen it or read it in Jeffco Connect. And then also privacy. What did we decide that was again? I forget. Was it the volunteer sheets?
It was the volunteer, the confidentiality.
Yeah, so if you guys are coming in to volunteer in the classroom, just know that you have to sign this confidentiality sheet, which we will give to you if you are coming in, just saying that you can't give any student information out when you're inside the classroom. So.
Okay, so we do some fun things in addition to learning at school. So we do have room parties. We have 3 room parties held a year, and we do ask for parent volunteers, parent and family volunteers. So if you are interested in helping, that would be great. We do ask allergy requirements. So just make sure you're not bringing any food that wasn't initially agreed upon.
Yeah, pre-approved food.
Yep. No pets on campus. So please don't, if you're walking to school, please don't bring your dog or cat or whatever you want.
Because we all walk on that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Mine walks.
We don't have pets. So don't bring your dog to school. No pets for show and tell. And then we do ask that there's no food brought for any birthday treats. We will, provide your child with a little token, pencil, bookmark.
Non-edible.
Non-edible, something like that. To celebrate their day.
Good point.
Parking lot. Is this me? Yep. Okay, so as you know, if you've even been here for 5 minutes, you know that our parking lot leaves something to be desired. Let's say that nicely. So the traffic in our parking lot is extremely bad. So we ask that parking and student pickup be hug and go or kick and go, whichever you choose to do. So Crawford Street before and after school is just a pull up. You do not park there. And then our parking lot is one way. And so please don't see teachers through it all the time, but don't cut through all the spaces and go the wrong way down the lane. We also ask that you make it a point to be off your cell phone when you're in the parking lot. We all know what happens with distracted drivers, and especially with distracted children running around. So please, end your call before you enter the parking lot. After school, all grade levels are exiting from their own set of doors to cut down on any congestion and collision that happens in the afternoon when they're so excited to leave. So all fourth grade will be exiting out this back door and walking all the way around to the front. If your child is meeting a younger sibling, we ask that they make a rendezvous point in the front of the building. Flagpole, benches, new picnic tables, any place like that where they can meet their big sibling. And then we all know what happens in Colorado. If weather is bad at dismissal, say, softball size hail or something, we will be having an indoor dismissal, which means that we have to wait until the weather passes. So the children will not be allowed to leave the building if there is severe weather at the end of the day.
And we have a little half sheet.
I have a half sheet. Oh yeah. So this is our 2-hour delay start that district has just implemented that last year after we had all the bad morning storms. Never had another one after they implemented the 2-hour delay start. So we have a little sheet with the information on how that's going to work. Basically, you'll get a phone call just like you do on a snow day that's going to say 2-hour delay start. All buses and start times will be delayed 2 hours.
So school will start at 10:30. That's when kids can come into the building, 10:30.
So.
And then here at Shelton, we're a safe to tell school. So we let the kids know about this in the beginning of the school year. Basically what that means is students, parents, and teachers can make an anonymous phone call to local law enforcement about any violence, bullying, harassment, whether it be at home or at school. So kids can call this number, or you can even file a report online. And it's a 24-hour, 7 days a week hotline. So it's just something we want to make you guys aware about.
It's anonymous. Would you say that?
Yes, it is anonymous. So anybody can do it. Teachers, students, and parents, community members, anybody.
My own children have called Safe to Tell when they witnessed bullying on the school bus. And they felt really good when they did that. And so it's a great opportunity for kids to be proactive and feel like they're doing something.
Okay, so just a few notes from the office. We do have a soft start, which starts at 8:35. So students can begin entering the building and coming straight to their classrooms at 8:35. Our first bell is at 8:50, and then the tardy bell is at 8:55. If they're eating breakfast, they can enter at 8:25. Any student that comes in after 8:55 will be marked tardy within the attendance system. And then just a reminder, frequent absences, frequent tardies, frequent early checkouts do impact learning. It's amazing how quickly the minutes will add up over the course of a year. So just keep those to a minimum. Life happens. And when you are entering and exiting, please make sure to use the main entrance and sign in and out. So if you sign in, but then you use one of the side entrances or side doors to leave, just don't do that. Just make sure you're always entering and exiting out of the front door.
Is this me?
Yep.
You're after me.
Oh, I can do this one.
Well, I don't care.
Go for it.
So this is all of our contact information. So you can contact all three of us by email. It's probably the best way to contact us. Just check our email multiple times a day. And then we can get back to you by, around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You can also call us. We each have a separate extension and voicemail. So you can leave us a voicemail message. Luckily, that also comes to our email, so I don't even have to try to figure out the phone. And we can call you back after school. We have, Shelton has a website, which will link you to the 4th grade website. The 4th grade website will contain information about what we're currently learning as far as whole unit information, and then the contact information for us.
And I believe the 4th grade website isn't updated yet. There's some information on there from last year. So I think as of next Wednesday at our next staff meeting. That's when we'll have time to sit down and kind of update it. So if you go home and look at it online tonight, which I know probably all of you will, there's going to be old information on
Yeah,
it.
don't hurry home.
Yeah.
Also, Friday folders, as usual, is going to be having any graded work and information from the school. But as you've noticed, Jeffco has implemented the peach jar thing. So there's going to be far less of those flyers and things in there. Those are going to come to you through your email with the peach jar system. We also will be using School Messenger more, as teachers were allowed to use it now. So we'll be able to send out mass information easier through that system. So, you know, Jeffco's catching up with modern times.
So behavior and expectations for fourth grade this year, we're really trying to do more positive reinforcement with the kids. So some of those things include personal points and also class points as a whole. And also we're giving out paws again this school year. So those are basically like little tickets. Kids can trade them in at the end of the month for little, like Jen said, plastic junk that they love. We're also going to be doing Student of the Week this week. We haven't started that yet, but you'll know when that's happening. And then we also are having cool down corners in our classrooms this year. They're basically just little areas for the kids to go. There's some manipulatives there. They set a timer for a minute if they just are feeling frustrated or whatever, you know.
I have a funny story.
Yeah, go for it.
Today I got really frustrated with my computer, and the kids could tell that I was getting heated, and one of the students brought me a little thing from the cool down corner to pet. They're like, we think you need to cool down. I was like, oh, yes, I do. And I just kind of sat there and I petted this little sequin.
Yeah.
Those sequin thingies where you flip the I love those. I just flipped the sequin for like 2 minutes. I was like, I feel better.
Yeah.
So I use the cool down corner.
Yep. So we encourage the kids to use it. Teachers use it. They're in use every day. And some more things that we have are restorative practices. So that's something that the whole school does. It's basically just a way to get kids to solve their own problems and communicate rather than having an adult have to be the communicators. Yeah. We also have buddy rooms, which we don't use very often, but it's something in place. So we each have a buddy room with one of the fifth grade teachers, and if a kid just needs to take a second, they can go to the buddy room and then come join the class when they're ready. We also have reflection sheets. We obviously give warnings. And did I miss anything?
Pretty high expectations
Mhm.
in fourth grade. We do expect a lot out of them. We expect high effort. We expect all students to be safe, respectful, and responsible. And we also are trying to get them to have a growth mindset so that we know that it's hard and we're asking them to do difficult things, but we want them to persevere and learn from their mistakes and know that, you know, they can just keep working at it. And that's an okay thing to not get it right away.
Is that cool down corner self-directed? Like they can
Yes.
go, they can.
Yeah.
They can go anytime. They do not have to ask.
Yep.
We all have timers. I have a glitter jar as the timer. They shake it, and they have until the glitter settles. And then they have to
Mhm. Thank you.
George is going to a half-day training.
Yeah. So it's a new thing. We're hoping to have each classroom have their own cool down corner maybe within the next year or two. So yeah, they've been great so far, and the kids have been
I'm not
using
sure what you're
them.
going to be trained on. But.
Yeah, it seems like yeah,
Sounds kind of zen, like
Yeah.
pretty amazing.
totally.
actually.
Get a Zen garden.
Yeah, it's like
Same.
practice hands.
That's what you're gonna do.
Okay, snacks. So before I was here, Coyote Council made the decision that all classrooms will have a snack that can be implemented throughout the day. And we do just ask that it's a fruit or a vegetable that your child is bringing to school. And right now in fourth grade, our snack time starts around 10 a.m. And then they can kind of eat it throughout the morning. And then if they have extra leftover fruit or vegetables from lunch, they can bring them back into the classroom and snack on them in the afternoon as well. Our lunch is, I think, 12:30. They start walking inside to eat. So, and then they're back in the classroom by 12:50. No drinks except for water, and then we just ask that you send your child with a water bottle so that we don't have to have the water fountain parade that goes on when they get thirsty or after recess.
Mhm.
Can I ask a question?
Mhm.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Lots of questions. Mila told me that applesauce pouches are acceptable.
Fruit.
I'm
I
fine
just
with
want to
it.
make, I just want to get it from the grown-ups.
Yeah. I'm
I'm
cool
fine
with
with
it.
I'm totally fine with applesauce. As long as
Okay,
it's
and
not
so we
messy.
could essentially send them with 2 snacks then, since they're getting that second chance. Okay.
I
Yeah.
tell my class they can eat anytime they want. If they want to eat it as soon as they get here, that's fine, but they're going to be hungry by lunch.
Right.
So as long as it's not interfering with their work, I'm like, eat. I don't care.
This is also a dumb question probably, but are
No
they
such
getting
thing.
it from their lunchbox? Like, can they go to their lunchbox
Yes.
and get their snack? Okay.
Yeah.
We can put it on
So,
ice, so we can do whatever.
yeah, so I tell them to keep their snacks in their backpacks or their lunch boxes.
Okay.
So they're totally fine to go get their snacks out of their lunch boxes during the
There's
snack.
many grown-ups now.
I know, it is.
I teach 4th grade. I don't need to dictate anything. Like, go to the bathroom when you need to, eat a snack when you need to.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep. So I'm totally fine with the
They
applesauce
have a 6th
pouches.
grader who's a mini grown up.
Okay.
I know. Amen. My turn?
Or yep.
All right, so curriculum and departmentalizing. So if you are, just dying to know everything that we're learning in 4th grade, you can go to our website, and each unit that we're currently working on will be posted there with all the essential questions that we are attempting to answer through that learning. That's on the website. We're hoping to use a new program called Seesaw that will be more of a digital portfolio for your child that they are going to be updating regularly, and you can follow in real time, see exactly what they're doing in STEM or exactly what they're doing in science. So it's a new program, so we're still learning. So hopefully that'll be up right after Labor Day, and you can join, but you'll only be able to see your child on there. So this year, we're going to be departmentalizing simply for science, social studies, and STEM. I will be teaching science. Ms. Sandberg will be teaching social studies, and Mrs. Walls will be teaching STEM. That's the only classes the kids will be rotating teachers for, and that's at 9 o'clock in the morning. So they'll be spending 3 days in science, and then they'll rotate 3 days in social studies, and they'll have 3 days in STEM. Okay. For our writing this year, we are continuing to use a program called ECAW. Every Child a Writer is what that acronym stands for. We will be doing kind of a mesh with the district bridge curriculum. We're going to be trying to take the techniques that we learned through ECAW and applying them to the actual district standards so that they match a little bit better with what they'll be doing on CMAS. We are trying to get our 4th graders by the end of the year to be writing multi-paragraph essays in response to reading, opinion, narrative, anything that we ask them to write. So we're hoping that if we use smaller bits of the ECOP program, we'll be able to get more writing out of them. This is our 2nd year of using a program put out by Lucy Calkins, which is called Reading Units of Study. Only one of the 3rd grade teachers last year implemented this new curriculum, and that was Amy Smith. So if your child had Amy Smith and they had Reading Units of Study last year, but all 3 of us will be using it this year. It focuses a lot on reading, which is why we really like it. We're not like having the kids do word work as much and rotating through this and that. They'll actually spend a great deal amount of the reading class actually reading all the different genres that are out there. So it's a really great opportunity for us to teach the kids how to talk about reading, how to talk about books, write about books, pick books, just all the important skills. Yes.
Is that whole group instruction or are you breaking things?
It's both. So we start out with a whole group instruction and whole group learning target, but then we will still be meeting with small groups for that focused either intervention or extension. And then we again are using Math Expressions, which is another district program that was purchased. And this is, I don't know, our 6th or 7th years using Math Expressions. And so that is the resource that we're using for math. Something different that we're doing this year that is different is we are not going to be switching for math class. So the person as their homeroom teacher will be their math teacher. So it will enable us as the teacher to really dig in and differentiate for all of our kids. So where last year and in 3rd grade, they were leveled and that was the teacher that they had, we're not going to be doing that this year. We will be using unit tests to identify exactly what each child needs in math, and that's what they're going to get. We'll be using a workshop model, so each child will be placed into a group. buy what they need, small group of, 6 to 8, and they will all meet with the teacher. Might have different lessons, might all have the same. All depends on that unit test, the pre-test, and that's where we're going to get our information. So a little bit of a different opportunity for us as the teachers this year.
And very few whole group lessons.
Very few whole group lessons. So a goal that us as teachers had this year was to enable us to help your child. We are hoping, I'm not going to use that. We are going to.
It's in writing.
It's
So
in writing,
we're
and
doing
we're
it.
telling you that we are going to be putting together strategy videos for you to watch at home. So if your child comes home and can't remember how to do that particular division strategy, which is so way out there from the way we learned how to divide, you two can watch this video together and do it together. So it's going to show right there that strategy that we taught in class that day. And they're freaky. I mean, honestly, they're hard. They make no sense to someone who well, my teacher, I lined it up, I did it, I didn't ask why, I just did it. And that was how we learned math. Well, that's not how we teach it anymore. And we teach 7 different strategies. So 4 different strategies to multiply multi-digits and 3 different strategies for dividing multi-digits. So
And hold on.
We too will survive.
One more thing. So with the strategies, we're going to introduce all strategies to your children. However, we do not expect them to be experts or proficients in all
pick
7.
one.
We want them to pick the one that works for their thinking and their brains.
You are a mind reader. That's exactly what I'm saying.
And so if
But we're
Your
going to
child-
teach them so that
Yeah.
they can decide and choose which one they like.
And if your child comes up with one that we never taught them and it works,
And they get the right answer, sweet.
yeah. We will not accept just the answer. We must see how they got that answer. But if they can tell me how they got their answer, awesome. I don't need to see a box and plots, and I don't need to see all of that.
Okay.
And the cool thing with Seesaw is hopefully they'll be
We keep
able,
saying that. Hopefully.
they will, with Seesaw, they'll be able to actually create their own demonstration videos for you. So they can actually talk through and write out how they're doing certain problems and then record themselves and post themselves. And then they can post it to their Seesaw account, their learning profile. So that's the goal, is to get them in a place where they can not only kind of show us what they can do in math, but also be able to explain it
Teach their parents.
and teach their parents.
Okay, stop a question. I heard you say, so last year they got divided up by their ability, and I hear this year, so I heard you're saying, it sounds awful for you guys, I'm sorry that you decided to do that. Sounds a lot harder. But as a parent, I always want to know what level my child is in. So how will I know that? Because I know that as kids, you don't always want them to know, but as parents,
They know.
well,
They'll know what group they're in based on the other people in their group.
so I reward Mila for getting into the advanced class. She gets $20 every semester she's in the advanced class. If I'm going to continue that, how do I know that she's in the advanced class?
So what can happen is we can tell you.
And I also want to know, as a parent, if she's in the lower class, and I want to know so I can support the work that's going on. Otherwise, I just fly blind and don't.
Right. So
For
just
the
like last year where they took the unit test, the pre-test,
Mhm.
that's how they got divided into their class. How 4th grade did it is we split them up at the beginning of the year, and they stayed in that class pretty much the whole year. But it will depend on their pre-test. So if, say, they made a 60 or 70% or above on the pre-test, they're obviously going to be in the extension group and don't really need as much of the direct learning, and they will probably be doing some 5th grade skills and on.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's going to tell you. So what we can do is we can send home the pre-test. We can even write what group they're on it if you really want to know. But that's how it's going to
I
be.
second that. That information is very important to our family.
And then you can definitely see with the pretest, and we'll write pretest. It'll be clear that it's the Unit 1 pretest. It'll be clear they're not totally understanding expanded form, word form, and standardized form. So let's make sure that we're working on that. And so you'll be able to see what skills they
I'm
are missing or
Sure,
what's
that
left.
information's there. My brain just sees
That's
pretty
okay.
colors, honestly. Like, I
That's
don't
okay.
understand what those things
So
mean.
just assume if they scored over a 60% on that pretest, they're gonna be in the
They're going to be
higher.
in the higher group.
And
Because that
by the way,
is-
your computer's saying your battery's running low, so if you want to continue recording, you might need to do something.
Okay, she'll make it.
She,
We can definitely.
did you name her too? But no, I totally understand what you're saying, and we will definitely communicate that information. We don't make a big deal out of it, but like I said,
Sure.
the kids know who was always in the high class last year. Oh, I'm in a group with them. I must be in the high grade, so they'll know.
And just a quick review of our grading policy for you guys. We use a number system, so you'll see this on the progress reports, and sometimes even in the work we give back or send home. And we're just looking for growth. So if we see those 2s, we're really trying to push them to get to that 3. Same with all the other numbers, and then that 3 is the 4th grade standard. So if your child is getting that 3, they're meeting the 4th grade expectations.
Okay, homework. So we're also going to try something else new.
We're just into trying.
We're just really excited for this year. So we're going to send home a binder, and the binder is going to stay at home with the student, okay? And inside the binder will be all of their homework pages for the year. So they'll come home, where's your planner? Oh, they'll come home with their planner, and they'll say, okay, let's get 1-3 out of the binder and for math, and let's work on 1-3. So they're going to have their whole binder at home.